But the challenge here that we set this morning when we went to the Bordeaux was Carlos to pick a like-for-like bottle that could topple the Chateau Haut Madrac 2017. He's finished his glass. Will we see this in the finale next week? Hello everyone and welcome back hopefully, or welcome to Got Some for the first time. You're coming to the tail end of season 1 of the podcast. This is a really exciting episode for two reasons. I mean, they're all exciting, but this is the last episode of $30 wine that we're going to open, a new bottle, as we go next week into the finale, Carlos.
That's right. Very exciting. And I feel a little sad tone on your speech, Angus. Is that because the last episode or?
Well, I mean, we've got a couple episodes. We should let everyone know. This is the last bottle that we'll assess before determining Carlos's top 3, a Master Sommelier. Next week, we're going to try those 3 wines again. Give, the second and third place a chance to take over our current number 1, the Chateau Haut Madrac, unless this comes into it this week. But this is a bottle that Carlos and I earlier today went to Dan Murphy's in Collingwood, closest to the studio, and I said, Carlos, you got $30. He walked around the whole store trying to find a bottle that you think could possibly topple the Chateau Haut Madrac.
Hi there. Is there a project you're working on? I know more than you. All right.
What have you picked?
Yeah. Well, I've tried to be fair, as in pick a bottle of wine that would directly compete, I guess, with the Haut Madrac. Same price range. I think it was $27 versus $30, so $3 difference. But I picked the Cabernet Sauvignon from Margaret River, from a very, very classic producer from the region, Vasse Felix, one of the first producers in the region.
It's Cabernet Merlot.
Yeah, Cabernet Sauvignon Merlot, so a traditional Bordeaux blend, just like the Haut Madrac.
Yeah, so it is a direct comparison, but obviously
that's right.
Australia versus France.
That's right. And I think
we know how that went in the World Cup. Let's hope for a better result for Australia here.
Yeah, exactly right.
Take us through the assessment of this, Carlos.
Yeah, straight on appearance, pretty deep ruby color, light staining to the tears. You see some light purple tears on, getting stick to the glass.
It's funny. After having a few of the Chateau Haut Madrac, I'm a fan of it. I drink it at home.
Nice.
It is being a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah.
I expect, because it's, Cab Sav by itself is so deep, right? You can't see it.
Yeah.
But here, the Merlot blend just makes it so much more lighter,
brighter,
doesn't it?
Yeah, that's more red vibrant
tones,
red color. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go on the nose.
Yeah.
And as a wine lover that's 50 episodes into this podcast, I'll give my assessment, and then Master Sommelier Carlos Santos will take over.
Sounds great.
Oh, it's a really nice nose.
Cheers. It's pretty good, yeah.
It actually has quite similar smell profile to the Chateau Haut Madrac.
It is, yeah.
So there is a sense of like secondary flavor here a little bit. There's a little bit of leather, I think.
Yeah, leather comes from a little bit of tertiary.
Yeah. Tertiary, not secondary. Yeah.
Yeah, because the secondary is winemaking influence, like oak or batonnage or any winemaking techniques, while tertiary, the leather, the earthy, the tobacco comes from aging.
I do get oak though, so there is definitely secondary in here.
Yeah, that's right.
First, it's dark red fruits for me. Not necessarily black currant, black plum. I'm getting more of that really ripened red fruits. So like cherry, a little bit of like red plum. I think there is dark fruits in here, but it's not like leading the charge. Like it's not like a normal Cab Sav where it's just dark, heavy influence. I get this actually quite beautiful red, darkened, red ripe fruit.
Yeah.
Along with the oak, which I think is super perceptible in here. It actually smells really nice.
Yeah, so provided you smell, and I agree, actually, the red plum, the red cherry, and yes, the black fruit comes, I think, secondary. One thing that I like to note about this wine versus the Haut Madrac is clearly the fruit versus minerality. Minerality as in Bordeaux, organic minerality, like the the more gravelly, the more earthy, more leathery, more that tobacco cigar box. Yes, the Haut Madrac, what we tried was 17 and 18. So it's much more of that earthy, more organic compost kind of thing. While here it's 2020, so it's 2 years younger, but it's more fruit driven. So it does not smell, I mean, maybe a little bit of leather, but it would be like really fresh, like polished leather.
Yeah.
I think it's not like that really developed, mature type of
Not
leather.
a cowboy belt. It's been on the ranch.
Yeah, for 30 years.
Gotcha.
No, it's not. It's like it's a fresh, polished leather kind of thing. Just a fresh sofa. Fresh.
We
fresh
get it.
couch.
Yeah, straight from the market, brand new.
That's right. And he's much more fruit driven. He's much more riper, jammy, as you said, and a ripened stage fruit. It's fair for the region, but it's pretty good.
A few moments later.
Yeah, interesting. Juicy.
Fruity.
Hey, juicy. Great. Really
Juicy,
really fruit forward. That's such a wanker term for someone who knows nothing about wine. My apologies. The oak is less perceptible on the palate.
Mm-hmm.
It feels, I know you've said fruit bomb before. It's not that, but there is like a real presence of juicy fruit here.
Juicy fruit, yeah.
Not sweet. It's a dry wine, but there's Yeah.
Red cherry, red plum, the black currant, black plum as well. And I was trying to capture a little bit of that mint or eucalyptus, but it's not really a lot. Maybe
which is what we find on Cabernet Sauvignon mostly.
Sauvignon, yeah.
Looking back to the Coonawarra episode we had, where that mint was really perceptible.
Yeah, I think it comes after swallowing a little bit of the wine. There's a sense of freshness on the palate that stays behind. It resembles a little bit of mint, but it's not the evident mint as you find sometimes in Cabernet.
All right, so take me through the assessment. I'll try and give you my best.
So sweetness, obviously dry. Acidity.
There is a sense of acidity. I'm just deciding between medium and medium plus.
Remember, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, they start pretty much between medium and high.
Yeah, no, medium plus, I know you want to say. So my head right now, learning from this podcast, is I go Nebbiolo, high.
Yeah.
Now I'm going medium plus. Is this close to that? I think it's actually somewhere between medium and medium plus, but if I have to pick one, I'd say medium plus.
Yeah, medium plus. Medium plus is good. Definitely. Like it's not ripping face off like Nebbiolo. That's really high acidity, like makes you mouth-watering for like 30 seconds. It's not like that, but definitely there's a mouth-watering, salivating that is not as low or medium. Sorry, I didn't mean to say low, but not as medium as Grenache, which that is proper medium minus,
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's so medium plus is good.
Yeah. Take me through the next.
Tannin.
Yeah, perceptible. Actually quite nice. Like giving credit to the winemaker, like it's, having had those tannins that rip your face a little bit and they dry your mouth out without sort of giving back acid, and it's kind of like unbalanced. This feels really balanced for one as a wine. I think the tannins are probably medium plus as well.
Medium plus as well, yeah, I agree.
Next.
Alcohol.
Yeah, it's high.
It's pretty high, yeah.
I don't know if it's more than... Is 13.5 and above high?
It's pretty high, but then again, you see how...
It's not burning.
That's right. You see how acidity is medium plus, how tannins are medium plus, so it's really well...
Balanced,
balanced and supported. That's what I meant to say.
Sorry, yeah, that's a better way. I actually don't even know what the percentage is. It's 14%.
I would think 14% is a good call. It's
and high.
there.
That's like 13.5 and above is high, so it is high.
Yeah, it's there, it's perceptible, and is really, I think it's, but it's really well balanced into the wine, is integrated and stuff. So
yeah, this is tough. This is honestly tough.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I'm going to be interested to see what happens at the end of this podcast and where it sits.
Everyone's be like, you guys gonna change your number one?
Maybe.
People is probably thinking by now.
Because if we're going to put this in the top three, we're not going to put out the Carricante at number 3 or the Tempranillo at number 2. This is a like-for-like bottle. It's fighting for number one or nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
And to be honest, it's really nice. So I'm
idea.
interested to see where Carlos sits at the end of this, but let's keep our assessment.
We are looking into sweetness, acidity, body, alcohol, and tannins. We did that. So flavor profile. I mean, nothing really changed from the nose.
No.
I think that the red cherry is still prevalent. The red berry, red plum. I think red plum was a really good call. Fresh fig.
Fresh fig.
Fig, juicy fig. I love figs, and
I know you're obsessed with figs. Yeah.
I love figs. But it's fresh fig is not that really dried fig. Wood spice, clove, a little bit of nutmeg, baking spice. So a little bit of French oak for sure in there.
I'm a little nervous, man. I'm a little nervous. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start the drama of this last episode of assessment, our last $30 or less bottle of wine on the podcast. I'm going to build the atmosphere by saying that this is a $27 bottle of wine that is worth the price tag. For sure. Our top three next week, our top three next week is going to be the Caracante, $16. Definitely the best value bottle of wine.
It was good. And I think the white wine, I think it was the best. It was very cool.
That's our number three. Our number two, the SC Panel Tempranillo, less than $30. But the challenge here that we set this morning when we went to the Bottle-O was Carlos to pick a like-for-like bottle that could topple the Chateau Haut Madrac 2017. He's finished his glass. Will we see this in the finale next week?
Okay, no, I don't think so. I will tell you why. It's because I feel like, I mean, I already explained. I think it needs a little bit more age, and I feel like the Haut Madrac was more complex. They had more layers of flavors. There was a lot more of the tertiary aromas that when you smell, you're like, oh my God, I smell fruit, but I smell spice, but I smell development, tertiary, earthy, mushroom, which is way more complex. So
I have to agree. I mean, this is a podcast with the Master Sommelier trying, budget $30 bottle of wine and less, and this is your call, and I agree with you on the back end.
Perfect.
But this was a really great bottle. Shout out to Vasse Felix in Margaret River. Carlos obviously knows a winemaker, was excited to try this. It's a fantastic bottle of wine, but we won't see it on the next episode. The finale, well, not the finale of the season because we have a Christmas and New Year's episode, but essentially the finale of this podcast, as we will on the next episode finally determine the number one podcast in Australia, or the number one bottle of wine in Australia, under $30.
And the podcast.
We're the number one podcast in Australia, of course. So we can't wait to see you then. We're going to wear some, we're going to dress up for it. Feel free to at home and tag us in your pics. Oh, okay.
We need 2 cheers, right? I mean,
sure. Tag us in your pics if you want to dress up with us at home. We'd love that. And to our patrons as well, I know we mentioned it earlier, you get the exclusive access to Carlos shopping at the bottle store and finding out all the wines that he nearly picked. But also, this was probably one of the better episodes we've done. Super deep dives into Margaret River, super deep dives into this style of wine that, the 10-minute podcast episode and YouTube episode won't get. So to our patrons, this was probably the most educational episode we've done. We got good towards the end of it, Makes season 2 exciting. But become a member, you'll get the full episode. It'd be at least, Amelia, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
30 minutes. We really enjoyed this bottle, and take the deep dive with us.
Cheers.
Until the finale of sorts next week, Salud.
See you then. Salud.